Fertilizer's pumping, seeds running. We're filling fast and efficient this time. Good morning. It is going to be a great day, guys. We're going to cover some ground. We're going to get a lot done here. Dad's spraying, getting it loaded up. He's got some wheat to spray and going to do some burn down on some of the prevent plant fields and the wheat fields from last year that have a lot of stuff growing in it. Phil is across the road planting beans. I don't know, you guys see him back there. So he's going to keep moving there. I've got some field cultivator shovel sweeps to change. Doesn't look like there's a lot, but we're going to go through that and do a few. And then my buddy's coming to run this today. I'm going to go check a field to see if I can plant it today. A prevent plant field from last year that was worked down in the smooth. That I'm going to try and just plant it rather than work it. And then we're going to get the planter loaded up and plant as many acres as possible today. Hey Joey, this one's got your name on it. There you go. You all right? You all right, bud? Yeah, I think you'll be okay. All right, well, I'm filling the planter up again, or the fertilizer. We're going to a 82 acre field, I believe, so we're gonna have a fairly full load, 1,300 gallons on there. My chemical pump died. I got almost 20 gallons out of it of the 22 that I needed, and it quit. So, bummer. We do have another one. I don't know if the other pump is any better. I think it's the actual motor, not the pump and not the meter, but oh well. So I got the last little bit that I needed out of there with just that hose, put it in a bucket and dumped it in. So, no big deal, but all right, I'm gonna finish the fertilizer, then we're gonna load up seed and head to the field. So because I was having them singulation issues yesterday and I couldn't get it figured out, I decided I'm going to put talc in with this seed and see if that makes a difference compared to that fluency agent stuff that I was using. Yeah, the reason I don't really like this talc is just because it's dusty, as you can see, and it makes my hands dry. Essentially, this is just baby powder. I have no idea how much we're gonna need. We'll just put in that. Okay, the other thing is, I'm to the point where not having a scale has really become a detriment. I need 28 units of this variety to plant this field. And there's 40 in a box. Means there should be 12 left in there when we're done. Actually, probably should be 15 because I still got some in the planter, and I have no real way of measuring that out. My scale does work, but it's not accurate with only 3 of the 4 weigh cells, so we'll do the best we can, I guess. All right, well, we are planting again. Made it by 9 o'clock even, which is what my goal was, so that's good. Have I mentioned how much electric poles suck? You got to swerve around them on that first pass, and it's, yeah, well, clearly we couldn't hit it with field cultivator because we don't fit between the pole and the road. Pain in the butt. Also, we get to work next to another neighbor today, and they've got a green tractor and red planter. Even weirder combination, I think, but that's a 66-foot planter. They're planting beans on 22-inch rows, so we get along real good with those guys. One of my seed customers, so I'm glad to see their stuff going in the ground just like ours. Because of those poles there, I always put a extra set of end rows along here. Usually I just make one round, 2 passes. That'd be 80 feet for end rows along our fields, but with this one, it's a pain in the butt to turn and combine and stuff with those electric poles there, and since they're basically one pass off the road, I just put a 3rd set of end rows in here. No big deal. I tell you what, guys, doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Sitting in the planting tractor, perfect planting conditions at this point. Sunshine, half-mile long rows, back and forth. all day and loving it.
Yep. And we've also got a grandstander for the next podcast. Do we tease him yet?
I've got another.
Yeah, we'll wait. Yeah.
Off the husk. I feel like I'm advertising for his channel, which is
from Dirty Job.
not what I'm intending to be doing.
The
But
next best thing.
Close.
Chet Larson's on this one.
Yeah,
if you guys haven't checked out his Instagram, he does an awesome job. I really like following him. Larson Farms. Time to get my meat intake for the day. Close enough. So I don't know if you guys can see the birds flying around here or not, but we've got some barn swallows. And there's an old theory, wives' tale, I guess, that it's time to plant corn when the barn swallows come back. So I guess we're right on schedule. The other one that my dad always told me when we were growing up was that you plant corn when the size of the leaves on the oak tree are the size of squirrel ears. I haven't looked at the oak tree leaves in the last day or two to know what size they are, but doesn't matter. It's the first week of May, sun shining, ground conditions are good. It's time to plant corn. Rock. There seems to be a lot of them out here. There's one. Can you see that one? Right out there? No, I don't think you can see it. So I'm down to some point rows here on this angle along this ditch. This is where row shutoffs come in handy. Watch the green dots disappear. That's the rows shutting off as we come into what I planted on these end rows that are on an angle. That helps save seed. Somebody was asking me a while ago about what all the beeps are and stuff. They all mean something. Most of them are the monitor warning me that it's not planting, which I know it's not planting because I'm turning and I lifted it up. But so now you can watch on this map as they sort of turn back on, and down here working across the planter. Pretty sweet what we can do. GPS. Okay, we've got this field done. 78 acres. It's 1:45. Started at 9. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. I figure if I can do 20 acres an hour, that's about average, and I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to fold up the planter here, head back to the farm because we need more fertilizer and seed, and then we get to go plant the field right across the ditch. And had I not needed seed and to clean the planter out because I had to put that whole box in, which I knew I wasn't going to need, I probably would have brought fertilizer down here and just filled, but it's just easier to go back there and do it. So that's what we're going to do. Tractor's passing on the road. That's Jack. They got the disc hooked up. He's going to disc a field of corn stalks that we disced last fall, and they need to be hit again before he finishes. So I stopped on the road there and helped him get his GPS and the computer set up so he can use the auto steer because he wouldn't have figured it out by himself. So anyway, I assume Phil's planting beans where Ben went and ran the field cultivator there this morning. Dad was spraying. I hope he's done because we need that field cultivator to keep moving so that we can keep planting later this afternoon. We got 46 acres to do and then I'm out of ground, and well, there the field cultivator sits, so hopefully he's around and can get it moving real quick. Here's what I was talking about yesterday. I'm pumping the little bit of fertilizer that was left in that tank up into the one on the planter here. Got 100 gallons, maybe 150, somewhere in there, which I had enough, a little bit extra, so our pump, we're putting on what we're supposed to, or pretty close to it. I always like to have extra because it's better to have an extra 100 gallons than to run out. Okay, we are loaded up, ready to go back to the field. I've got twice as much seed as I need because I have no way to measure it, but that's okay. The next field, the good news is we need a full box, so as long as I can split it semi-evenly, should plant exactly what we need, but we gotta get this one done first. Alright, I made it to the next field. We're ready to go here. I keep forgetting to wash this window when I stop at the farm to fill up, so I'm gonna go do it now. I brought some glass cleaner. We'll go do that. Well, that's much better, except for that spot down there. I don't know how that gets dirty. We'll see if it stays clean this time or if it comes back and gets sticky, or that ceramic is still there and sticky. I don't know. Anybody know why there would be a greenhouse with a privacy fence around it? I don't know. It is Michigan. Anyway, we are rolling along here pretty good. I got some more end rows to do here in a minute. But yeah, things are going pretty well. All my fertilizer stuff is working good. I haven't had to get out and unplug any rows in this field, which is good. And yeah, this field, it worked up really nice. We've got more dust with the planter now than we've had for anything we planted, so conditions are getting better all the time. This is also one of our very best fields. Highly productive. There's a ditch along that side that this is sort of some lower, heavier ground, and we own it. It's well tiled, and yeah, this is a very, very good farm. You guys remember that tile cleaner I showed you that my dad was making? This is where it needs to get used. And now I've got a farm around it because we haven't gotten to it yet. So we still got this big hole in the field. It's all right. You guys want to see something kind of scary? This is our forecast. Can you see that? Tomorrow, 40% chance of rain. Wednesday, 30% chance. I don't think it's going to be much out of either of those. Well, look at those temperatures down there for Friday and Saturday, though. 46 and 48 for a high, down to 29 Friday night, Saturday morning. That's not good. In fact, there's not a single day in the 10-day forecast with a high above 60 degrees. This is the first week of May. It's time for some heat. Well, my clean window didn't last very long. Bummer. Anyway, I kind of feel like I'm not filming a whole lot today, but it's the same thing over and over again here, guys. I'm sitting in the seat and moving, and I'm kind of in a hurry to get a lot done, so I'm not stopping to get out and look at stuff very often. In fact, I have not been out of the cab in this field, so yeah. I did wash the windows when we started. I guess technically that was in this field. I just missed the milestone hours on the tractor. 33.5. We're almost done with this field. I'm on the last round. I got, I'm going to have a sliver of like 4 or 6 rows over there, I would say, filling that gap. So, yeah, we'll get done here and then head back to the farm, fill her up, and go do the next 100 acres. Okay. Another one done. Fold up the planter and, like I said, go fill her up. There's Dad getting our next field ready to go. Cleaning out the planter boxes. Fertilizer's pumping. Seeds running. We're filling fast and efficient this time. We need 1,500 gallons in that tank. It's a 1,600 gallon tank, so it'll be almost full. 1,000 of it is the 1225-0 that I'm bumping in now, which means it's got to be over half, so I can keep a close eye on it while I'm working on the seed here. Okay, well, the flow meter I got over there said I got 1,500 gallons. What does the tank marking say? A little over 1,400. Well, we'll call it close enough. I've got enough on the planter that if I run a little short on that back tank, it'll still work. So, and we got plenty of seed. It may not be even, but we've got it. Time to go. All right, guys, we are back in the field, getting the end rows done here on this field. There is 65 acres in this field. There's 35 in that field right across that little lane. We always farm these two together. They add up to right at 100 acres. So that's what we put seed and fertilizer on for. It just so happens that one box is about 100 acres is what it plants, which is convenient. So we should just about use this whole box up. And yeah, I'm also getting ready to do a live stream here, which it's too late for you guys because it was last night and this airs tomorrow. But anyway, for the record, these little microphones here, they suck. A couple weeks ago, or I don't even know if it was that long, a week ago, I did a video that had all kinds of audio issues. It's because I was using this microphone. External microphone is supposed to make it better, not worse, but it cracks and it's just terrible. And I was hoping to use it for this live stream, and I just did some sound test stuff with it. No good whatsoever. So we'll have to use the mic on my phone, which is what I use 90% of the time anyway. So anyway, hope you guys caught it. So on my iPad up here, it kind of maps out some of the stuff that we're doing, and there's a background map. Check it out. There's a tractor and a baler in the field when they took the picture. Kind of cool. We had wheat here in 2018, so clearly that picture was taken in July of 2018. Well, I just started having a little bit of trouble. Nothing too serious, but this planter has variable rate fertilizer on it for my starter, as well as for variable rate seeding. And the way that the fertilizer adjusts is that there's a little motor on the piston pump that changes the stroke of the piston, I think. And there's some gears on it to make it turn and work right. And I keep getting an error message, that one, about no response, and to check electrical connections and stuff. And I actually went out and checked it, and I think what the problem is the teeth on the gear are actually worn and stripped off. And so when the rate changes, the top one there, this bottom rate is supposed to change with it, and it's not. And then I keep getting this warning. So I think I'm just gonna set it on a standard 15 and forget the prescription, just leave it in where it's set. And then I'll have to see if I can find that little gear on John Deere's parts website and get one ordered. All right, well that was fun. I just finished the live stream, like an hour and 15 minutes. I wasn't expecting that, but that was cool. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do one of those again. Go check it out. You can watch it if you really want to, but yeah, things are still rolling along pretty well here. We're, what do we got? About 15 acres left in this field, and then the 35 across the lane. All right, well, we are on the last pass here. Yeah. I'm gonna jump across the lane. There's 35 acres there. It'll take us about 2 hours. It's, what time is it? 9 o'clock, so we'll be done right about 11. That's what I figured. So I was planting along here, and something doesn't look right on one of my row units with a gauge wheel. You gotta go take a look. Yeah, that's not right. Look at this. Way out of adjustment, and the bolt's loose. Glad I saw that before the whole thing fell off. I got tools, we gotta fix it. All right. I got it adjusted back over where it needs to be against the openers and got this bolt tight. We were lucky we did not lose that one, man. Just double check, make sure none of the other ones look loose. All right, I think we're good. Good news, bad news, guys. Good news, no rain in the forecast for tomorrow anymore. They took it out. Gonna be windy, a little cooler, but no rain. Bad news, look at that. Friday, 44 for a high. Are you kidding me? Whew, that's rough. 50, 58's the high on the, oh, there's a 60 next Wednesday. Oh, it is gonna warm up eventually. All right, I guess we'll keep planting that.
Slide it underneath here, and then these gates open.
Still
right
planting.
Out. Feed dumps right out. Pretty simple.
Watching my YouTube. Not my YouTube, somebody else's YouTube. We got a little under 15 acres to go here, so it should be less than an hour. It's 10 o'clock now. We're going to finish a little before 11. It would be pretty weird if I was watching my own videos, right? Flexing. Okay, that wasn't as dramatic as I thought it might be. This is one of our hilliest farms, can you tell? It doesn't have a ton of elevation change, but there's a big dip in the middle that we're kind of coming up out of that gets a little uneven in some spots. Uh-oh. My low tank warning light come on, which I've got, what do I got? 9.8 acres left in this field. Most likely it means it's uneven. So I'm gonna go back and even out the seed tanks, and we should have plenty of seed to finish the field. I'm not too worried about that. Almost empty? Not almost empty. Bucket to fix it. All right, we got her evened out. We'll try that. I do love the night pictures, the lights. Look at that, that's cool. Moon's out tonight, kind of. See that big spot on our background map? That's the spot of this field that usually drowns out. Back down over there. What are the chances the corn crop's gonna make it this year? All right, last pass and we're done with this field here. We're gonna fold up, head back to the farm. It's 10 to 11. I think I'm going to empty the little bit of seed that's left in the planter out. We're gonna refill and be ready to go first thing in the morning. You guys see that? That's our big tractor and our field cultivator sitting there, which means it's not in the field, which means it didn't go to the field tonight, which means I've got nowhere to go in the morning. I really thought somebody was going to be in that, at least getting 50 acres ahead of me so that I could go plant first thing in the morning. Since that is not the case, no need to get the planter ready to go tonight, because I'll have to give it some time in the morning. You can't plant right behind the field cultivator. It's got to have some time to air out and dry off on top. So, dang, that sucks. That's going to slow me down in the morning, but nothing I can do about it. So we'll come first thing in the morning and get the planter ready to go. I'm also going to need my tender truck because how far away we're going and how big this next field is. So I'll get that loaded up. I had a customer call me that's going to need 8 bags of corn. I'm going to get those set out for him to come and get it first thing tomorrow morning as well. Hopefully Phil's still moving with the beans, or he had a big day. I think he got a lot done. I bet we planted well over 400 acres today, if not 450. So that's awesome. And yeah, here's what it is. We're doing good. No rain in the forecast for the next few days, so we're gonna have a good week here, even if it is a little bit chilly out. So dang, I'm kind of bummed about that. So anyway, I'm gonna get here early tomorrow morning, and like really early, maybe like 5. And if nobody's jumping in that field cultivator by then I'll go run it for a while until somebody comes and takes over for me, and I'll get the planter ready to go at that point. So have a great night, everybody, and thanks for watching. I enjoyed that live stream earlier. We're gonna try and keep doing a couple of those throughout the spring here, and we'll keep doing them after that even. But yeah, it's a good thing to do while you're in the planter. So hit the like and subscribe buttons for me, please, and leave me questions, comments down below. It's gonna be a short night. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.